Hi everyone, I'm Matt from Caring Dads in Leeds, and I'm going to talk to you about coronavirus and the effects on children, whilst looking at things we can do and things to think about that might help ease some of the stress that they're facing. So right now things are really weird. I think we're all finding it tricky to come to terms with some of the changes that we're faced with, and for children this will be doubly difficult. Now, considering what age or developmental stage they're at, they may have a partial understanding of what's going on. For instance, they know that they can't see grandma and granddad because it's not safe to do so, but they're not quite sure why. So in which case it's important to have an age appropriate way of talking about this. We've come across a really good book about coronavirus. It's by the illustrator of The Gruffalo, and it talks about what it is, how you can catch it, and also things you can do to stay safe. Now, we can send that book to you to read to your child if that's helpful. Another thing to think about alongside how you talk about it is actually the child's behaviour at this moment in time. So we've heard people talk about their child being difficult, or they seem to be down or struggling emotionally. Useful things to ask yourself are, what is my child worried about? What it's like for my child being cooped up at home right now, particularly if people aren't getting on in the family home. And to move into things we can actually do, first of all, don't be afraid of talking to your child. If they're at a school age, it's likely they'll have heard about what's going on, and to not talk about it could increase their worries. And try to be open to questions, explaining that you're happy to discuss it if they want to. In which case, also try to talk about it when you're feeling calm and composed. That might not always be possible, but if you're not and you're coming across as anxious, that's likely to feed some of their worries and anxieties. Make it clear what they can do. Hand washing, sticking to social isolation. These are good ways to give the child some control over what's happening. And of course, clapping the care workers on a Thursday evening can be a nice family routine that you and the family can do together. And I think a final thought is to try and remember that if you live with your child and they're seeing you now more than ever, and this means that they're likely to be really in tune with any worries or concerns that you have, and things like family disputes, money or job problems are things that, if we're not careful about, could make them feel even more worried in terms of everything else that's going on. But if you're able to do things that allow your child to feel just a bit more reassured or comfortable with what's going on, you're doing an absolutely brilliant job, and keep doing it. So that's it. I hope this has been useful. Thank you for watching, and look after yourself and stay safe at this difficult time. Thank you.